What's happening, Capital Extra? Robert Bruce in the building. Saturdays 4 till 7 p.m. Homegrown, everything UK. And in the building right now, we have some very special people. You're going to love this one coming up. Who have I got in the building with me? Let's start over here.
My name's Ashley Waters.
I'm Little Simz.
And I'm Michael Ward.
And what brings you guys all in today?
Top boy, man.
Boy, Top boy, make some noise, everybody.
Come on.
We have been waiting for this one literally for years, guys. How does it feel to be back? Obviously new. You guys are new. Ashley, how does it feel to be back? Give me a brief overview of everything.
It's amazing. It's amazing. We're here. We're ready to go. September 13th, new improves, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is the one. September 13th, Top Boy. Yeah, man, we're happy, bruv. It's been like 6 years and we're just like amazed to be back in this position. We got like a brilliant new cast. A lot of the old cast members come back as well, but Simz and Michael absolutely smashed it. So it's just gonna be amazing. Everyone look forward to it, man.
Looking forward to it indeed. Before we jump in though, let's take our minds back to 2011 Top Boy Season 1. What is all of yours recollections of that time? Actually, obviously you was acting. You guys were probably watching. I think I was going 8 years back, 16 when it came out.
Wow.
So what was the first memories? What are the early memories of Top Boy?
I was 13.
Man.
Oh my God, fam.
That making man feel
15.
old out here.
15, 13. Actually, what? In the teens?
Yeah, I was 21 still. I was 21.
Okay. What's all your early memories of Top Boy though, from the beginning?
School, really. Being in school, everyone feeling like we finally got something on television that represents us and our stories. Yeah, that's what I think when I think.
So school, you
2000.
Michael?
For me, same school, but like early into secondary school. So more probably a bonding thing back then, something to talk about, you know, like when you're going in. But yeah, definitely just school really, and just having that conversation. And the thing is, it was only once a week. So it would have been like a conversation for the whole week. Like we'd be speaking about different bits, different parts of that episode. It's crazy, man. But yeah.
And what about you, Ashley? What were the early days like, early Top Boy? How did you get in? How did the opportunity come your way?
It was a big thing. It was just like, I suppose, how it felt for you guys. Not in the sense of, you know, I'd already seen it, but there was nothing on TV at that time that was representing, you know, that slice of life, that part of London, in the way that Top Boy did. I'd done, Bullet Boy, like many years before that. And I'd said to my agent after, I was like, listen, I need to go into different acting roles now. I can't be playing the bad boy all the time. So we were purposely like pushing away a lot of scripts that came through that were similar to Bullet Boy. But when Top Boy came on my desk and I read that, I was like, whoa, this is the one. This is the one. I've grown up watching like, you know, Godfather, you know, all the mafia movies and whatever. And when you watch those, it's about hierarchy. It's about family, it's about loyalty, it's more than just drugs and violence and whatever. And Top Boy had that. It was the first time I'd seen what I'd been seeing, which was a structured kind of group of people selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like a business. So that's kind of what drew me into it. That was the difference. And kind of, you know, when we were filming it, me and Kane kind of quickly came to the realization that like this is deep, and we were at the point we were filming certain scenes. That scene like when we cut off Sway's finger and stuff like that, and we were like, is this actually gonna make it onto the TV? Like, are we filming this? Is this actually gonna go out? Like, because it was that deep. And then obviously seeing the reaction to it when it came out was crazy. So it was a beautiful thing. But I think this season is like, you know, it's something else compared to those. You know what I'm saying? It's on another level.
What was the blueprint for that sort of TV drama at the time, if you remember? I'm trying to think the sort of stuff that we were watching. The Bill, was it on those times? 2011, had it finished?
I think it had just finished, or it was just finishing then.
But there was nothing like that.
There was nothing. There was nothing there. We'd had Bullet Boy, we'd had Storm Damage. I think there was Kidulthood.
That was movies, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and do you know what I'm saying? So like for a TV show, there was nothing that did it in that way.
And then from season 1 to season 2, what was different filming wise?
We had a different director. You know, they brought in some new writers that were working with Ronan and whatever. So once you've had kind of success in the first season, everyone wants to try and build on that for the next season. But I think that's what's so great about the new season is like, we haven't tried to change anything. You know what I'm saying? We haven't purposely gone in and gone, oh, we're with Netflix now, we got a big budget and let's do this and that and fancy car chases and whatever. It's just, we've kept it really simple and utilised the tools that we used when we initially set out to make the show. So everyone's just going to really enjoy this one, man. It's like, for the culture, do you know what I'm saying? Right now, it's just going to kill it.
Literally. Michael, talk to me. Well, how did Top Boy season 3 first come your way? What was that first call?
When I actually got the role? Or
yeah, like how did you come across the role?
So initially, obviously it was an open audition, so it was out there. People were sending it to me because some people knew that like I wanted to act and do stuff like that. But then my agent just got me the audition anyway in the room with Des Hamilton, who cast the show. And initially I auditioned for my little brother on the show, which is Aaron, now played by Hope. And then I got a recall audition for it while I was filming another TV show, and I came back from Glasgow, and then I done the recall for Aaron. The directors and all the producers were there, and they were like, nah, you need to come in tomorrow and audition for the lead. And that was a bit mad for me because I didn't think I could play someone like so hood or gang, because that's not me naturally. So anyway, I came in, went in the next day, done the audition. Des loved it, and then had chemistry reads with Ash and stuff like that. So it was a good process, man.
When was this?
So this roughly was last year, May. Yeah,
last year May. Okay.
Yeah, last year May.
And what about you, Simz? Similar story?
Yeah, well, Kane actually played a part in the story and putting the casting director and producers onto me for a start. And then through my agent, I had heard about the show and that is coming back and that they're casting for it. So I went up for it, done my first audition, didn't actually think it went great. So I kind of walked out thinking, I don't know. And then I got a recall, and then I had the third recall, which was my chemistry read with Ash. And then,
And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
And actually, you talk to me, because obviously you would have known about Top Boy from before. Everyone knows about Drake getting involved. A lot of people are going to be talking about that. Yeah. What was that process like, from getting that first call to all casting, seeing who else is going to be working on it, to production?
It was a surreal journey. It wasn't actually a process. It was a hijack, because this is how it went. I was battling to get Top Boy back. Not a lot of people know this, but behind the scenes, I was like making calls every day, sending emails, and whatever, trying to get the show back on. And Netflix picked it up and put it on their platform. And from nowhere, I just started to get like, you know, you see the DMs and the messages start changing, and people started hollering from the States and whatever. And then one day I woke up in the morning, about to go gym, and I've looked at my phone, there's like 50 odd missed calls, messages, whatever. So I'm like, something's popped off. What's happened now? Answered it. My friends like, look on Drake's Instagram. Anyway, I've gone there. There's a picture of me. I'm like, rah. But it's a shot from Top Boy, you know, from last season. So I was like, rah. And I read the caption, something like "Shame will rise again" or whatever it was. And then that just spiraled into this whole thing. A few people called me and was like, "Oh, do you see Drake posted? I know his guy that knows his guy. Do you want me to get them to holler at you, this and that?" And eventually we ended up talking. And he just expressed how much of a fan he was of the show. And when is it coming back? And I was like, it's not. And he just was like, that can't happen. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I'm going to get the show back. And spoke to his manager and whatever. Long story short, a year or so later, he came back with like an opportunity, and we took it. And we're here, you know, and it's been an amazing journey, man. Like, it's just surreal. It's hard to even talk about, because going from like thinking that it was over to kind of sitting in front of you now with the premiere and, you know, the show about to drop is just crazy. But you can only be proud of yourself and, you know, just tell UK to stand up and just come out and support, man.
And I feel like it's all coming together with other aspects of like the arts and the media as well, how everything's just sort of come to like a rise in the past year or year and a half, and it's felt like Top Boy was needed now. So everything happens in perfect timing in a sense, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we're super buzzed for it, man. Let's talk about the characters real quick, because you guys are new. Did you know you was auditioning for your character?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Give us a brief rundown of who you're playing.
So I'm playing Shelly. She is a strong, independent woman. She's a single parent. Essentially wants to get out of somehow. She's lived there all her life, grew up there, but wants to get out and do better and I guess give her child the life she never had.
Okay, and you, Michael?
My character is Jamie Tavel, and he is the ruthless gang leader when Deshane and Sully are away, and then when they come back, obviously they're trying to operate how it used to be 6-7 years ago, and obviously as you can see in real time, stuff don't go like that no more. Whereas the youngers have like lost respect for elders. It's not that barrier anymore, so that's replicated in the series. And also you see the other side of Jamie as well with his 2 little brothers, because he's lost his parents. He's had to step up and become mother, father and an older brother to them. So you see that side of him, which is the softer side, and we don't really get to see that as much in a lot of other things, and that's where I think Top Boy has hit it bigger this season.
And Ashley, what about you? Deshane's obviously coming back. How do you find the balance of returning cast members and bringing on new talent as well? Because I feel Top Boy is really good at that, putting like people in front of us who look like us and we can relate to, but they're still new talent as well. So how's that whole balance?
That balance comes from using the formula, like I was referring to earlier on, that we use the same formula that we use. So that was like, there's, you know, getting up and coming on the cusp directors that understand the world that we're talking about. Do you know what I mean? It's a combination of those things, and then getting the right actors. Like, if you're gonna go for non-actors who've never acted in their life, you know, they have to have certain attributes that are gonna, you know, help the process. And that's like, basically the main one is being open. Do you know what I'm saying? So we can see someone that's got raw talent, but coming onto set, there's a lot of technical things that go along with it. A lot of standing in a certain place, looking in a certain place. Do you know what I mean? And all of those things that if you haven't never acted before, you're not going to know until you get on set. So it's just kind of having those people that are open to just following the process and being guided by ourselves. And then we also always have experienced actors in the show as well that are kind of helping and working with the other less experienced ones. I think we've got the formula down pat. And like Michael was saying, it's like, this is what the show is about. I think that's what sets it apart from every other show that's out there, is that it is set and steeped in reality. Do you know what I'm saying? And for us to not involve what's real around us, whether it be controversial or not, it wouldn't be the show that it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's something I wanted to talk about, actually. I was reading one of your interviews, Simz. You were saying like, each story in Top Boy you've witnessed in sort of real life, probably not as literal, or it might be as literal. How do you deliver it? Like, how do you guys bring that to the forefront, if that makes sense? Because I feel Top Boy is more than just gangs and drugs, and even all the different themes and stuff that you touch on.
For sure.
Yeah.
For me, it was just a lot of speaking to people that have lived through certain experiences, especially with my character as well. Like, I know a lot of women that have been in my character's position, and for me it was just like, I'm representing your story, I'm telling your truth, and I want to do that in the best way possible and get it accurate.
And what other themes do you reckon come through in season 3?
We're dealing with gentrification,
that's
immigration, Brexit.
Yeah.
Like everything that is just real now. Religion, everything that's just relevant. You couldn't create this world without those things, man. You know, they all are a part of it, a part of why it's such a diverse boiling pot. And a reason why we mix with each other and interact with each other the way we do. I keep on saying to people, like, gentrification is it's like one of the characters in the story, because if you know, the whole process means people are displaced and moved around, and that alone creates tension. You know what I mean? Territorial wars and whatever, and it's a big part of why a lot of things go down. So, you know, or a part of it at least. So we had to represent those things in order to be real, and that's what Top Boy is.
And you even see like the early onset of that in, say, season 1, with all the shops being bought up, people having to close up, move away and stuff like that. And you still manage to replicate it now, and you sort of shown how far it's come in the years in reality as well, which is so crazy, which I think Top Boy does really, really well.
Yeah.
It's so mad. And I wanted to talk to you guys about one other thing as well. How do you think people go about breaking the cycle? Because say season 1, we see Renelle and Jem. They're like the young boys coming up, and then season 3 we see Jem again, and in season 3 we see Stefan and Ats as well. And it's like there's a cycle there. Even with your character coming back, I think one of the things that stuck out to me, I think he was like, I'm 35, I've got nothing to show for myself, and it's like you're back in the pits of it again. How do we go about breaking that cycle, if possible?
I feel like that's why shows like these are created, so it creates that conversation, so we're able to see what can become. We can't give you that answer. I believe like obviously there's certain things that can be put into place, but in the grand scheme of things, there's people for that. So just highlighting our story and letting people know that stuff like this is actually going on, I think that's the best way, and that's what Top Boy has done.
Facts. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, if what you're talking about is how can we get people off the roads, you know, like and
not in that sense as literal, but I mean in terms of the cycles we see, because it almost
there's a pattern.
feels there's a pattern that I feel. What do I do, or what do we do as a community, sort of thing?
I think it's, you know, for me, I'd say one of the main things is inspiration. What got me here sitting in front of you today, because I grew up in those areas, I dabbled in a lot of those things and the stories that are in Top Boy. But one thing I did have was inspiration. My mum made me inspired. She made sure she took me on holiday once a year. So I traveled. That meant I saw different cultures. I understood that my immediate environment wasn't my only environment. Do you know what I'm saying? She made me read, which gave me imagination. You know what I'm saying? And expanded my mind. I think the long and short of what I'm trying to say is that as a community, we have to inspire our children, you know, and we have to cater for them, I suppose, in this present moment in time, the way that they want to be catered for. I think a lot of the time what we do is we're pushing a lot of things out there for the youth that they don't actually want. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, music is a big catch right now. Film and TV is a big catch. Social media is a big catch. IT is a big catch or whatever. And we need to, I suppose, give people those opportunities in abundance. And slowly but surely, you know, change their environment as well in order for them to dream better and dream bigger. Because you can only dream as much as you can see, bro.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That's it.
And you guys are definitely inspiration to all of us that are watching. So big up you. Thank you for all the work you've been putting in as well. And one last thing before you go. Gets tweeted. Everyone was going mad. He's looking more forward to Top Boy than he is Power. How does it feel to be like in the UK culture, UK arts, and like internationally, everyone's looking at it now? It's come to that stage. Do you know what I mean?
For me, I just feel blessed. Yeah, I just feel blessed.
It's crazy. Can I tell them?
Yeah.
Well, so we just come in the building. When he pulled up outside, there was Papa out there. There was all these people out there waiting for autographs or whatever. And he came in and he was like, yo, there was Papa out there or whatever. And I was like, bro, this is life now. Like, that's nothing. There was like 4 paparazzi out there. You watch on Wednesday. Your time's come, my brother.
Oh, man. Yeah, honestly, it's just a blessing, man. I just feel really good to be here.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. How can we get behind you? How can we support?
Keep tweeting. Every social media is what's the driving force now behind
September 13th.
Save
Top
the date.
Boy. Save that date. Make sure you watch it.
Yep.
Wicked. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks
Top
for
Boy
having me.
season 3, everyone.